Hi YouTube, today I'm going to be talking about moon in the ninth house. Now, the moon is your emotions, it's your emotional responses, it's how you feel, it's who you are at the core, it's the side that nobody really sees about you or understands or knows really about you. Now, whatever house the moon is in, the moon also represents what you associate home with, how you view your mother, and all that. So wherever the moon is placed, whatever house it's placed into, it'll emphasize the qualities of that house along with that's what your emotions are dependent on. That's where like what causes your emotions to fluctuate. Also, it's where you feel at home as, and it's how you view your mother. So yeah, it's traditionally ruled by Sagittarius. That's the moon. That's the ninth house. The ninth house is all about travel, education, expanding knowledge, uh, personal philosophies, all of that. So first of all, if your moon's here, you view your mother as someone who may have had her belief systems enforce education on you and knowledge, and you probably adopted teachings through your mother or a female figure in your life. It could be the father, but it's most likely the women in your life, and they're the ones that help you to grab and expand a deeper understanding of whatever they're teaching you. You know, they were the ones to have more of an emphasis, not emphasis, they were the ones to place more emphasis on uh, expanding the knowledge and understanding of whatever they were teaching you. That could go to religion, that could be just school. A lot of times it is religion though. So along with that, you expand your knowledge, whether it be through travel, it could be through books and studying. A lot of people feel like knowledge is power, so they will expand their knowledge through books. They might do really well in school. They understand the concepts and ideas of what the teachings are very quickly. That's why these people need uh, they nurture themselves through intellectual stimulation. I read that off somewhere, by the way. That wasn't my conclusion. But yeah, they nurture themselves through intellectual stimulation. And a lot of these people are about higher education, and they understand the bigger meaning to everything. And how they grasp concepts so quickly is because they're all about the bigger meaning behind things. They need to know why, they need to know the reason, they need to rationalize it, and then they understand all the small intricate details as to why something happens. They're the ones to argue morality and principality to anything because that is what makes sense to them. They need to develop their own philosophy of life, and they like to teach this to others. But they, through their life experiences and through everything that they're being taught, that is how they gather information on their own philosophies. They may adapt someone's philosophy and then take out parts of it and put in their own, and then that's how they believe that life should be, and that's their way of living. And through this and through their experiences and through all their knowledge and travel and experiences, they start to develop a deep sense of who they are. Their emotions are linked to what they know, and what they've philosophized and I don't even think that's a word, but anyways, you know what I mean. Yeah, and your emotions can be directed towards a higher education level, so whether that be through college, through school, or through traveling, because traveling is the best knowledge you can have. These people can grow up in a religious background, and then as they grow up and as they meet more people and as they travel more, they may start to adapt another culture, another belief system, another religion. But when they love it when people question and ask them about what they believe in, because they like to teach, they like to teach about their beliefs, and they like to really like indoctrinate their beliefs on others, and they want to be viewed as this someone who's very spiritual and someone who's very smart and someone who has a lot of wisdom and advice because they go through a lot and they go through their experience. These are the people that make mistakes and they make their own conclusions, and that's how they gain their knowledge, and that's how they get their wisdom, because these people they don't like to be told what to do, or they don't like to be told given advice. They like to develop this on their own, and they like to be the ones to give advice to other people, but they're more likely to want to come to conclusions with themselves, and that is how they find a deeper meaning to themselves. Along with that, they need a lot of personal independence and freedom. They don't like to feel confined. These are more independent people that feel as if the world is theirs and they can they want to be the one that's like in charge of their own life. They don't like it when people run their lives. They want to be up. It's Sagittarius is a fire sign. This house is traditionally ruled by Sagittarius, and Sagittarius basically wants to get up and go do whatever they want to do when they want to. They don't want to be held back, you know. They're all about passion, so whatever they're feeling in the moment is what they're going to go do and learn and stuff. So these people also may feel more comfortable with foreigners when they travel. They might like feel more comfortable with living in Italy instead of like New York, you know, even if New York is where they grew up in, they find more a home through that. And if these are the type of people to want to study abroad, or at least have a goal to travel and go through all their experiences that they want to, you know, they always have to search for a meaning. They always have to have a purpose as to why they're doing something. Yeah, they can relate to a lot of different foreigners and different ethnicities and different religions. Even if like they themselves don't actually relate to them, they have an understanding and a respect for them. They don't like it when people demean what they believe in, because they are so open-minded and they're more of a free thinker. And don't get me wrong, once they have something that they're passionate for, they will like start consuming themselves into that. But they're always open-minded to other people's beliefs and ideas, and they like to speak about this and have little debates and not arguments, but debates and conversations about this stuff. So when other people demean them and say what you believe in is stupid, all of that, this is when they get a little bit heated and a little bit passionate, because this is what their emotions are tied to. This, they're tied to their education, they're tied to their travel, they're tied to their knowledge. Yes, so they can get a little bit defensive when it comes to that, but they're not naturally like, if you question what they believe in and what they're like, what they think is, then they will gladly say it. They love it when people listen. They absorb information really quickly, so that is why, like, if they get bored of living abroad, they might come back home and then go live somewhere else that they weren't living abroad before, you know, because they get bored. And once they find something else, and once it feels like it serves no purpose, and they want to go do something else that makes them feel the way that the first thing once did, they will go out and go try it, you know. They place a lot of emphasis on school, whether or not they do good. Like, you know, if their school life isn't good and maybe they're failing or not getting good grades, then they can be a little bit more moody, a little bit more cranky, and a little bit more irritable when they don't have freedom. This can also, that inner restlessness can come out. So yeah, these are more adventurous type people that are down for a lot of things, you know. Their emotions may fluctuate, or they might be more of a happy-go-lucky type of person and not like to be down in the dumps. So yeah, that was it for my Moon in the Ninth House video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.